Yeah, hello, wonderful people, viewers and subscribers. Welcome back on this platform, BVI Channel 1. Now, it is time for us to critically analyze the Anambra governorship election debate. And I'll be putting out scores, all right? When I read out the summary, then I will put out scores according to the performance of the candidates. All right, let us begin with the introduction.
My name is Senator Emmanuel Andy Uba. I am from Uga in Agwata local government. I'm running for the office of Governor of Anambra State. I ran this office. I was in this same position 2007 and won. I was sworn in as the Governor of Anambra State, and I started performing my job when I was removed by Supreme Court when they said that Peter has not finished his tenure. And after reflecting on what happened, I decided to go back to run for Senate, and I won Senate twice. I was in the Senate for 8 years twice, and that's what has happened. Thank you.
Now, the summary of this introduction, Andy Uba only stated his political positions. Onosuelo president, he worked under this president and worked under the other president, contested for election, he was removed from the position, and he contested for, that is his credentials, his CV. All right, we understand that. Now let us move over to Soludo, but before then, his score is 20%, at least for, saying something.
My name is Charles Chukwuma Soludo, and to put a context that the world has changed. It's changing dramatically. The world is into the fourth industrial revolution. And Nigeria is going through a transition to a non-oil economy. The challenges are huge nationally and for the subnationals. And that Anambra State, among the 36 states, must be looking for a transformational leader in these uncertain times. I want to suggest, dear friends, that given my knowledge, experience, networks, exceptional public service, and even exceptional private sector experience, that I offer myself as that candidate for the people of Anambra at this material point in time. I am a passionate homeboy, village boy from Isofia in Agwata local government, and a distinction grade in my secondary school. Of course, I didn't forge my secondary school certificate. With a first-class honors, a BSc, economics, master's and PhD, I am one who has had abundant grace and blessings of the Almighty all my life. In my 30s, I accomplished virtually everything there was to accomplish professionally, and I would say in every ramification. Became a professor in my 30s, traveled all over the world, lived in Ethiopia, UK, Europe, and America, consulted for over 20 international financial and development institutions, and traveled to over 45 other countries around the continent of the world. And now came back to serve Nigeria. I have served 3 presidents in the public sector. And I dare to say I have been a founder and co-founder of some of the major corporations international that are of international standing, including the Transnational Corporation of Nigeria. And in public service, I've served 3 presidents of Nigeria. President Obasanjo, Yaradua, and now currently the current president. And a grateful nation has honored me with the 3rd highest national honor in recognition of my distinguished public service. This is the time now for me, and of course in the world, I have been 3-time winner of the best governor of central bank in the world. And therefore for me, based on my global experience, my national experience and knowledge, I believe it is now time for me to come home. And as chairman of Anambra Vision 2070, and we've just finished a draft, we're about to present that any minute from now once we get a go-ahead. I think I have been able to think through the challenges of Anambra, going through the entire space, almost all the villages and community of this blessed homeland. It is now time for me to devote the rest of my life to giving back in full to the people of Anambra. We want a livable and prosperous homeland, especially for an itinerant people. A people scattered all over the world, but they now want a proud homeland. And I want to consolidate on the existing, what has been achieved by 4 years, to give Anambra a livable and prosperous, smart megacity that every Anambra person will be proud of. Thank you.
Okay, now Soludo speaks on his vision, his background, and then his plan and how he will be able to achieve those plans, those visions. So we give him 85%.
Thank you very much. I am deeply, deeply grateful for the privilege of being given the opportunity to serve, to debate on Anambra governorship aspiration. You know, for me, it is heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, thinking about my dear state in the way it's being characterized. We've just observed a minute's silence for those who have died. But what are we doing to stop future? How do we take responsibility? Who is orchestrating this? Who are need leadership? At the state level, we have ABGA. At the national level, we have APC. To what extent have they done enough to curb this? It's not enough to observe a minute silence. We need to do more. I am here privileged to be part of this because indeed I believe what Anambra requires today is a young, vibrant CEO who has got experience, both global, national, and sub-regional, to be able to fix what is wrong with Anambra, who understands where the world is headed. We're moving to a digitalized world. We need people who are trendy, who are modern, who are classy. I can tell you, by God's grace, I am privileged to be the best among who I've seen here. Who is Valentine Ozibo? I'm a child of grace who has done exceptionally well from school days up to university and up to corporate life and philanthropy, and also in the religious world. I am somebody who is passionate about whatever I do. You require a transformation leader who has created jobs, who has worked in corporations, who has served proper true governance, who has brought to bear the experiences that we require, both in agriculture, in power, in oil and gas, in hospitality, in banking. I've grown businesses in different parts of the world, in Africa and beyond. By the grace of God, what is required, I have. And what more I would need, I know how to get the right team, synergize, empower the team, and together we forge ahead to see how Anambra can catch up with the rest of the world. I'm passionate about solving our basic problems of road infrastructure, of insecurity, and doing the needful to ensure that Anambra people can be proud of the state once more. Right now we're angry as Anambra people, and we should hold responsible those who have taken us to this doldrum. Thank you.
Now on Ozibo. Ozibo spoke on his vision as well, his background and his plans, but not necessarily putting out how he intends to achieve those plans. So we gave him 50% on the introductory section. What do you think about this? Do you think that the scores are not really what they ought to have? Now give us your own score from the introduction. Now let us quickly move over to security. Security, I'll imagine these two segments together, security and introduction, because this is the most important aspect of it. On security.
Please, let's shift away from, casting blames to accepting responsibility. The reality is that both ABGA and APC have failed Nigerians. Indeed, about the preparation for this election, I am satisfied to the extent that enough personnel has been deployed. But I'm not satisfied that we've allowed things to get this far before taking an action. A single soul is so crucial. There's nothing we do that's worth the loss of a life. And every day, we have occurrences. As of yesterday, we still have witnessed some. So, quite frankly, here I am urging my followers, Anambra people, to come out in march, because that's the only way we can end bad leadership. The only way we can solve a problem is we come out to vote. Not to do nothing cannot be answered. We can't yield to the intimidation and fear. And we also must ask, where are these coming from? How come we don't have any intelligence anymore? How come we are not able to identify who is responsible for this? How come we're not bringing people to book? How come everybody's getting scot-free? I honestly feel that there's a lot we need to do, both now in the preparation and going forward in solving Anambra problem security-wise.
And thank you for that acknowledgement that Anambra has, up until the last few months, remained about the safest state in Nigeria. And the governor has been decorated with awards and so on about being the safest state in Nigeria. And thank you very much. The insecurity in Anambra is a recent phenomenon, very recent. And I think my brother on the right-hand side, I'm sure when he responds, he might be able to tell a little more about part of the reasons why that is happening. But Anambra has remained largely a safe haven. Businesses booming, real estate booming, hospitality industries, and so on and so forth. And recently, it is a challenge, and the governor, as the chief security officer, has risen up to the challenge. And by the way, you know that all the security agencies happen to be within the purview of the federal government. But we've got an architecture, a security architecture, in which the federal forces have been working in tandem, in collaboration with the local. We passed the Anambra Vigilante Act, in which you also have the local collaborating with them. And in terms of how we go forward, I see three buckets. The first bucket is really the formal the local security architecture. The intelligence gathering, the equipment, the military, the police, the DSS, and so on and so forth, and then the local vigilante and what that has to happen. And they're all fully undone. The next bucket is a dialogue and harmony. A dialogue and reaching some harmonious agreement with the non-state actors. The non-state actors. I mean, we'll elaborate when we probably come around to your second round of questions. And then, of course, the third bucket in dealing with it is what we have encapsulated in our manifesto. Prosperity, jobs, and opportunities for our youths. I can take on, since you have just 2-3 minutes to talk on this, but I want to say that part of the recent upsurge in insecurity in Anambra is politically motivated. There are some people who think that they gain political advantage by creating a sense of fear and insecurity so that you have voter suppression. That is what we are gathering. When Valentine talked about intelligence gathering, that intelligence is everywhere. Insecurity in Anambra started with a PDP government and orchestrated by my brother on my right hand, kidnapping a sitting governor. It was a PDP legacy in Anambra. The PDP legacy in Anambra of burning down Anambra State. The violence, kidnapping, and so on and so forth on this state was started by PDP. When my brother on the right-hand side was at the engine room stoking up all the fires. So we know that. That's fact.
Let me tell you something. The governor, the importance of in every state, the governor is the security officer of the state. But let me tell you, in this case, the governor have not done what he's supposed to do. Now, Soludo said something, pointed at me. I don't know why he said that, but he has to explain that too. Because if you look at what is happening now, it's because the governor has refused to engage.
Ozibo said in Anambra State, the insecurity we have in Anambra State is as a result of bad leadership. He stated that very clearly, urging the people of Anambra State not to be intimidated. Okay? So we gave him 50% for saying bad leadership, because that is what good governance ministry have been preaching. And I must tell you, they have all been listening. They are good students of good governance ministry, without missing word. Before the end of this program, you will understand why I said this. And those of you who have watched the full video will agree with me on this statement. They are good listeners of good governance ministry, because we did not miss anything. All right, Soludo on his own part said, insecurity is politically motivated, and solution to it is to engage in security networking at all levels and dialogue with non-state actors. He's the one that made that statement first, meaning the agitators, and wealth creation through employment and opportunities for everyone. That is how he intends to fight insecurity. All right, now we gave him 80%. Now Andy Oba started with blaming the governor for the insecurity we have in Anambra State. That as the chief security officer, he should be able to fix the security. Unemployment is a big factor causing insecurity. Sorry, I missed that. So we gave him 35%. At least he said something, but he forgot that as the way Nigeria was structured or is structured today, the governors are mere ceremonial chief security of every state. The way Nigeria is structured, the security of every state in Nigeria is not in the hand of the governors. They are just ceremonial. The whole thing is vested in Abuja. That is the truth. The governor is not in control of the police. Police is federal police. He's not in control of the army. He's not in control of any major players in security architecture. So when you have insecurity, you blame the federal government as far as we are concerned with the way Nigeria is structured. So, and if you ask whose party is at the federal government, it is the APC. So because of that, we scored 35% for Andy Oba on insecurity or security issues, 50% for Zibo, and 85% for Soludo. Okay, now if you think that what we said is not the right thing, we want to have your opinion on this in the comment section. But before I go down, Soludo made a very critical statement. He was not politically correct. He said it the way it is. He said it under the influence and the anointing of good governance ministry, pointing it out direct to Andy Oba, the role he and his cohorts played during the kidnap of a sitting governor in Anambra State. And he said it clearly that it was PDP that introduced or initiated violence or political violence and insecurity in the state, while Andy Oba was behind the scene, fanning up the smoke. Let me tell you, it is a well-known fact that during the time it happened, Asorok was involved. Asorok did little or nothing much to salvage the situation, and he was there with Obasanjo. We all know the politics they played that time to remove Ngige at all costs with the powers of Abuja. And he is in Abuja, I mean the person of Abuja, Andy Oba, under PDP. So when you talk about insecurity in Anambra State to the point of kidnapping a whole sitting governor, my dear, Onyagbaleziyoku Yawelia, it's the bitter pill of truth, because scammer na bitch. You no go know when he go reach you or hit you hard. And I believe the chicken has come home to roast. You know what you did in the past coming back to haunt you. So that is why I gave Soludo that point, because he gave it raw on APC. So that is my own critical. I don't want this to be too long so that we will move into other ones. So on subsequent videos, we are going to take on other segments of the debate. Please, we need your assessment too, and also we need your score if you think that the score we gave is not fair. All right, that is it for now. Subscribe, like, and share. Let the discussion continue, because Good Governance Ministry is out to educationally improve the mindset of our people, so that our people's consciousness when it comes to political activities and governance will hit a bit higher level. All right, so please support what we're doing. Ensure that this consciousness is touching everyone, so that we'll be able as a people salvage our hands, our land, our future from the hands of wicked and oppressive political class in Nigeria. I'm signing out. Don't forget, to subscribe, like, and share. Drop a comment. Let's have your opinion. Bye-bye.